You probably heard for the quote selling may go away everywhere recently. And if you look at the historical pricing of Bitcoin, in the last 5 years, June was a negative month. And yesterday we also saw a news that SEC is suing both Binance and Coinbase. So let's analyze the market and see what's ahead of us in the June this year. Hello everyone, my name is Željko and welcome to Unsymmetric. So if you're watching the news in the last 24 hours, you could see that SEC claims that many tokens besides BNB and BUSDC are securities. The coins that are on the list are Solana, ADA, Matic, Filecoin, Atom, Sandbox, Mana, Algorand, X Infinity and Quoty tokens. The good thing about this is that we actually saw the reaction of the market that would be more something that we can see in a bull market. Like the whole decrease of price was like around 6.7%, which is really low if we compare it to the usual things that we can see in a bear market. For example, if we compare it to the times when FTX failed, for example, that was a much sharper decline in price. So currently looking at the chart, something that would be bullish in my opinion is if we would manage to reclaim 27.2k. Currently the good thing is that we managed to reclaim 26.4, and I hope that we stay above this area. If we go below it, retest from the bottom, and we don't manage to break it as a resistance, that would be a good sign maybe to short the markets, but it's not something that I expect in a short time frame. Honestly, the chart doesn't look great. Just the fact that we are in this consolidation area for so long isn't a good thing, because it shows us that we don't have the momentum that we need to push to much higher prices. And if you look at the volume is like lower than ever pretty much. Also, one of the possible scenarios is that we have something similar to here. So we have a pullback, reclaim, and reaching a new local high, maybe 32k or something around that. Another thing that I like to look into is the funding rate and open interest, and we can see that the open interest is slightly increasing while the price is slowly decreasing, which is usually a bearish sign and pretty much means that the most likely scenario is the continuation, which would lead to further liquidations besides this one of 230 millions that we experienced when the news came out. If you look at the funding rate, even though that we had a few negative funding rates, overall it's slowly increasing, which is also a slightly bearish sign. If we take a look at the Bitcoin dominance, like the one difference that we can see is if you look at the Bitcoin dominance excluding stable coins, and that this is the reason why I always mention that this is important thing to look for, is we can see that the Bitcoin dominance is actually decreasing while Ethereum dominance is going up a lot. This is probably the reason that many people that were in different altcoins of the ones that I mentioned just transferred their assets into the Ethereum, and this pretty much led to this recent spike of Ethereum taking over the dominance. If you look at into the stablecoin dominance, finally we are in stagnation period, which is a good sign. You usually don't want to see a sharp contraction of stable coins, and as you can see, pretty much every week we are lower and lower and lower, and pretty much this is some kind of a support level. If we break that, there is a possibility that we go down even further. Since I mentioned that the Ethereum dominance is increasing, we can see even here that we are pretty much at the resistance level of 0.07 in comparison to Bitcoin. And if we manage to reclaim it, that would be another bullish sign for Ethereum. And this is something that if we create bullish momentum, this could be a sign of an altcoin rally. But as I said, I don't believe that we're gonna have like zillion of small caps going 1000x up. I expect maybe layer 1s, layer 2s, DEXs, maybe some AI coins, and some of the coins which already showed momentum in the previous period. So one coin that could show some bullish momentum in the upcoming period is Litecoin. The problem is that we didn't show such a bullish momentum in the recent period, and now the target is not $130. I don't believe that we can get so parabolic. So target area in my opinion would be again $103, and I would make sure to sell all of my Litecoin before the July and somewhere in this area, because afterwards usually what we saw previously, and you can see in one of my previous videos, is that we usually see a sharp pullback afterwards, probably like to 75 or maybe even to around $60 area. Anyway, the markets are pretty indecisive recently. The volatility is also pretty low, and the most likely scenario is that the Litecoin price will follow Bitcoin price. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, if we manage to reclaim 27.2 area, that would be a bullish sign for Litecoin, and I would expect to see some local high or at least getting close to the previous one. Also, I get a lot of questions which altcoins you should buy. Honestly, I don't think we are in a good time for altcoins. I prefer buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, some larger caps coins as well. That's okay, but it's not really time to go into smaller alts or to go into alts that already increased in price a lot like Render. I would wait for a pullback or stronger bullish signs in the longer run. So thank you for watching. Stay strong and healthy. Have a great day. Bye.